Good morning, everybody. It's Jim the Gentleman Crafter, and I'm going back to basics, and today we're talking about bone folders. There's so many different kinds of bone folders out there, and they all basically do the exact same thing, okay? So don't be fooled. Everything does about the same thing. What you're trying to do is crease the paper. But there's so many different things that you could use, so many different versions of bone folders that really feel good to you, or that you might have arthritis in your hands. Something might be a better fit for you. So there's just some old, I've just got a collection of bone folders. I don't know why. I just happen to have a lot of bone folders. But this is an old recollection one. Here's an old Cricut one. And another recollection one. An old Martha Stewart one. It's actually not old. I think she's got these out now. So this one's got tweezers on the end. So it's really kind of a traveling one that you're going to do crops or travel with it. It's a wonderful one. I think this end's got tweezers on it. This comes out and it's got a ball stylus on it. It's got a craft knife on it, and you can also use this as a bone folder, okay, to crease your paper. Here's just a plain bone folder. You know what I mean? It's just as good as any other. I tend to go toward Teflon. I love Teflon. I mean, I think they move across the paper in a different way than plastic does. I don't know why. I can't explain it. But I love Teflon bone folders. Somebody asked me the difference between the lifter and the bone folder. They're both basically bone folders. It just depends on what company you buy them from. So this is the lifter or larger bone folder. It's got a tapered end on each side. And this is the just what they call standard bone folder. And they're both wonderful. They're slick, and so it slides across the paper. Whereas this would mark the paper. I mean, you can see it. When you do this, it marks the paper. You can kind of see where you've slid the plastic over it, and it's done something to the fibers of the paper, to the ink. So anyway, and here's some others just for fun. This is a Burnisher. It's in a pencil shape. It's wonderful. Just gets around different things, so it does different things. I use this when once again, these are all Teflon, gets into the corners. If I'm doing it inside of a box, I'm trying to mat it with paper, and I get in there with this, with the corners, and fold the paper down. I really get it to the adhesive to stick to the edges and the corners. So I love that one. This is awesome, you know what I mean, for doing big strokes. You know what I mean? It feels good in your hand. It's just different. This one's a wonderful tool. Once again, you can burnish with it. You can use as a bone folder. It's got many uses. It just depends on how your hands are. I mean, if you've got arthritis and this feels better, or this feels better, you know what I mean? Whatever works for you. So I'm just going to go and show you with what bone folders do, really. So I'm going to score this real quick, and I'm going to fold it. This is my hand fold. And y'all, there are some times when you don't want to use a bone folder. Sometimes these papers are, if you've got a glitter paper, for example, or a really thick paper that could crack and pop, okay? Sometimes it's better just to use your fingers. You know what I mean? Once again, if you use the bone folder, it gives you a more professional look. It gives it a crisp fold, okay? So I'm going to use that. I'm going to fold it down, and I'm going to use my bone folder. Okay? So that would be one of the ways to use it. You know what I mean? Just back and forth strokes. You could, with this one would be pulling it down or pulling it up, whichever works for you. You know what I mean? And you can see, once again, it really has a wonderful crease. Okay, if you do it really, really hard, once again, this could pop if you're using something, which you could probably just put ink on to cover it up and hide it, or put a hinge or something over it, But once again, it gives you a really wonderful, crisp fold. Okay, and usually it just happens on pattern paper. So anyway, I'm going to do it one more time, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it this way. Let's just do here. Again, the other bone folders, the lifter, for example. If you're using the lifter, what's so nice about this? It's got this edge to it right here, so you can put it down on your paper and use it this way. You know what I mean? Put the force of your finger down on the top and pull it toward you, And it gives you an awesome, awesome crease. Okay? So that is bone folders. So I hope that helps answer some questions. And once again, my favorite, I'm not a spokesperson for Teflon tools. I don't know. It's just they're my favorites. And once again, if I were to do this way, there's no marks on the paper. You know what I mean? It just slides across the paper. Whereas if I were to do this with this, you might see where you can't really see it, where it's put a shine on it. You know what I mean? From just scratching it. You know what I mean? Scratching the surface with the ink and the paper. So that's the only thing about the plastic ones that kind of get me down. But otherwise, I'd probably use them. So, and I do. But I really do love the Teflon ones. So anyway, that's it. And I hope that helps. So we've got bone folders. Y'all have a great afternoon, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks a bunch.